I got both sets of axles out last night. And apparently because of the way I left that, it leaked oil everywhere. So, hey, it had oil in it, right? I redesigned that starter, welded some aluminum to it in order to get it to, let's see if I have a light, I don't, to sit up correctly. Had to add about a ½ inch of aluminum to the one side and drill it, and then I tossed it all in the lathe to true it up so it's got a real nice flush fit here and you're not going to break off tabs. I also did the compression test on it. The motor has plenty, about 125 to 130. Made a little lifting block for it so I can start test fitting it in the new frame. I work tonight and I work tomorrow night. Well, I guess I work the next 4 nights. So maybe Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday I'll take these out and put them on the stands and pressure wash the crap out of them. Get them all clean. Get all that junk off of it. Fluid doesn't look too bad though. Looks kind of red though. Kind of weird. But got almost everything I needed out of this. I took all the steering out so I can put new ball joints on them. Marked everything with the driver's side, center, passenger center. Everything came off nice. The little pitman arm has good oil and good bearings in it. Came off of that pretty nicely. So it doesn't look like I'll have to do much switching out on that. Gotta take the rest of the brakes out and the steering. Start taking all that apart, and then I can get rid of this frame out of the garage. Gotta take the brake assemblies apart. I gotta take the rest of the springs out. I know I'm using the 2 rear ones. Not sure if I'm going to use one or both of these. It being the front, I may just opt for new ones, just so it feels nice and strong. You can really tell this frame is bent in so many different ways. It's just amazing. But the center is nice. If anybody needs a good center with no rust, hit me up. I'll give you an FYI. It cost me $900 to ship my frame to me from Indiana. The back's not too bad. You could get rid of all this junk and have some pretty good frame horns. And cross sections look okay. Both shock mounts are nice, and they have the big F on them. There's definitely some stuff you'd want to clean up. But if you had a really rusty one, I would almost say from about here, maybe here, from here back on both sides look okay. The front is toast. Twisted, plated, big ass bends. But that's up to somebody. Like I said, if somebody really needs it, hit me up. Try to help out as much as I can. I just noticed that. Big, small. So that's what's considered a military wrap axle, because it goes around twice. That would be a civilian model because it only goes around once. Could be a lift, but it looks like probably a stock CJ2A or a stock CJ5 axle. That's funny, I didn't notice that until right now. I knew they were both different because of the square ends compared to the ones that are cut on the edge. So that's something. This plate was broken, and instead of making a new plate, which would require a couple holes and maybe 2 bends, they decided let's just weld the nuts to it, and then I don't know. It worked, I guess. I really hope to think they were just trying to get through the weekend or trying to get back home or something. But to do these type of repairs and think long term, I would really hope they weren't that crazy. You can definitely see how this front frame is just bent up at that angle compared to how it should be, almost straight. This thing took a heck of abuse. Axle looks straight. I did some measuring on that again. I'm still happy with that. Motor's coming around, got good compression. I found a Holley single barrel fuel injection kit for this. I think it was called the Sniper. And they have an adapter in-tank fuel pump that'll fit a CJ5 tank. And I have a CJ5 tank polyurethane that I think would fit really nicely right here. So I think, I don't know, that might be something I might want to do. I don't want to cut any of this frame up. I don't want to, trim. So if I can make that work and just drop it in, then I'll do it. If I have to do anything, any type of modifications to this frame, then I'm going to continue with my other theory of building an aluminum tank for it, which would be kind of neat anyway. So that's where we're at the moment. Hope everybody's having a nice Christmas. I'll be at work Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Saturday, Sunday, so yeehaw. There's the body. Up there is a front axle for a M38A1. I'm sorry. It's actually for another Ford GPW. And it's got a set of springs. So I think I'll take that apart and use those springs. It's been converted over to 11-inch brakes. They even changed the outer knuckle, I don't know if you can see that, to use that dual hole, I don't know, knuckle, whatever you put the tie rod into. I don't know what you call it, whatever. At any rate, I won't be using that because that's obviously for some sort of power steering, and I'm keeping my new one more original. But that has the springs I need. There's also another rear end, but that's a 2-piece, so that's obviously been switched out. Some of this stuff I don't know where it came from. But when people are doing switchovers and they try to get rid of their old stuff, I take it, because yeah, why not? Free stuff. You never know what you're going to need or use. So that one we stripped for my brother's CJ2A. His was welded together, so we wanted to use the carrier, but this one had, I don't know, 19 splines. I think his was 10, so we ended up using the axles and the carrier to make it work. Now I have that Dana 44 with 1-piece axles, and Dana 18 with the Turbo 350 transfer case adapter. I'm not sure what I'll do with any of this, but it was pretty cheap. So, have a good one, guys.